Hello lovelies and welcome back to Simply Living. Today we have a kitchen cleaning and dairying video because we have a lot of baking to do. I might look a little bit confused. This is because I did not load the dishwasher. Actually, my husband did for me and I could not realize if it was clean or dirty, but I ended up making the decision that all those dishes were clean, so they were put up in the cupboard. So we have two recipes to do today. I'm baking sourdough discard bagels and potato bread loaf with also some potato bread buns. I am just gathering all the ingredients, and something that you'll see here is that I actually heat up the water for the yeast way too hot and ended up killing it, so I had to start over. This was my downfall. I am waiting for the yeast to start bubbling, so I just start gathering the ingredients for the second recipe and then end up realizing that the yeast is not bubbling, so I ended up tossing it and starting over because I assumed I killed it with water that was too hot for it. Here I'm looking up the temperature to kill yeast, and lo and behold, I had hit it. I'm using the sourdough discard, and to be honest, sourdough is something I'm still very new and getting used to. It did not smell bad. For some reason, smelled like coconut to me, which is what I found weird. Will put the link for these recipes down below, and if you try and do them and realize I'm doing something different, please don't be alarmed. I take recipes as suggestions, not guidelines to follow. Don't be like me and not prep your bowls before kneading. I always seem to forget I need to grease my bowls before I put the dough in them to rest. The reason I wet towels is so the top of the dough doesn't dry out, and just so you don't do the same mistake I've made before. Wet them with cold water, not hot. Hot water just will make them dry faster. can ask, why do I need more flour? This recipe calls for bread flour. I do not like to use full bread flour. I find it makes everything too doughy and tough to eat. So I will always do a mix of bread and all-purpose. If not, just use all-purpose flour instead. I always try to clean between recipes, because if I leave it all for last, I'm gonna be very overwhelmed. That's one reason I like to have the sink clean, so I can just throw everything in there as I am doing it. Now we begin with my favorite part of the process. I love shaping dough. It's like playing with Play-Doh to me. It brings me back to my childhood. You might ask yourself, why don't I use a rolling pin? I do have one, but for recipes in which it's not really needed, I don't need an expectable width. Why would I dairy more things? This might look weird as I do the hole at the end. Some people like to do strips and join them, making the bagel shape. I find this way looks easier and more uniform for me, but please feel free to do as you please. Also, make the holes bigger than you think. They will shrink during the cooking. And we are back to organizing and cleaning while everything is rising. This is the one way I find that I keep my chicken the cleanest. Between waiting periods, unload and reload the dishwasher if have to, or clean your area, so at the end of the day you don't have a massive mountain of dishes to clean that won't fit in the dishwasher. I love checking everything after it has risen. It looks so puffy and uniform. I find it very satisfying as it shows that hard work is effective. So the bread and the bagels have to be cooked at different temperatures, especially since the bagels need to be boiled after and not too long after put into the oven, as they will wrinkle. You let them boil depending on how hard you want your crust to be. In this case, I did 30 to 45 seconds on each side, and my crust was a little bit too soft at the end, so probably next time I'll do a minute on each side. After boiling and before putting it in the oven is when you want to do your air wash and put any toppings you want on it, maybe garlic or all but the bagel seasoning. I prefer to just leave them plain. forgot to show, make sure halfway through you move the bagel shelf. Whichever one was on the top goes to the bottom, and what is in the bottom goes to the top. I hope you guys enjoy this baking day with me and hope to see you back soon. Subscribe.